Hi, it's me, Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. And we are back again, Weave It In Wednesday. I have actually only got very few to go until I've actually finished weaving in all the ends on this blanket, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Pretty excited. Looking forward to being able to put this in my finished pile of projects. So yeah, boy, the weather here, we hit spring 2 days ago, and it's really just rained and rained, but not gonna complain. I don't like the heat, so I'd much rather the rain. But unfortunately, there has been flooding in some areas, as usual. You know, you can't just get a little rain and be done with it. You know, there always has to be the extreme. But I've been very fortunate that I've not been caught up in any of that as yet. So, yeah. Hoping everybody watching is well, and that you are having cooler days in the US. I know that many of you are getting some pretty shocking days, which is what I'm expecting here in Australia in a few months' time, where we are heading into our summer, and yeah, it's going to be pretty hot. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that plane. I live near an airport, and we get a lot of planes, especially old planes. Every few years they have a, what do they call it, an air show. And I love it. I love it. I love listening. They get all the old planes and all the rest of it. And I really do enjoy it, but not everybody feels the same way. Which I find quite amusing. People move here and then complain about the plane noise, and and I still think, did you not notice we had an airport when you moved here? Because it's pretty obvious. But there you go. Anyway, that's, yeah. I shouldn't moan about people, should I? But they do really. I just don't understand why people would move into an area and then complain. It's like moving next to a railway station and then complaining that you hear trains all night. Well, what did you expect? Anyway. So I'm hoping, like I say, that the weather in the US is a little bit cooler for you than it has been. I think, from what I've seen, it seems to have dropped a bit the last few days. People are sort of saying that, yeah, it's improved, so that's always good to know. But I honestly couldn't handle those, I can't handle those temperatures. We get up to, what is it? I guess we get up to 100, 105 Fahrenheit. I think's probably accurate. And, it's awful. It really is. Thankfully, I've got an air conditioner for this room and a fan, and thus my crochet and knitting is never interrupted by the heat or weather. I just keep going. I just turn on the air conditioner, pump it up, and keep going with what I was doing. I don't know what I'd do without my crochet. I'd be a very bored person. I had someone ask me about this blanket in the comments the other day, and she wanted to know what pattern it was and the colours I used. So if anyone else is interested, please go and check out that in, I think it's episode 3's comments. Well, I list all the colours. This is actually a newish brand that I'm using called Yarnsmith, and it's available at Wool Warehouse in the UK. Yes, I am in Australia, and I buy yarn sometimes from the UK, just as I sometimes buy yarn from the USA. Not as often though as I buy from the UK. The UK postage is not nearly as dramatic as the US postage. But mostly I try to stick with the local. I have my Bendigo Woolen Mills, who produce some of the best yarns. And if you've never gone to check them out, you really, really should. They are just very competitive with their pricing. They, as far as I know, they do send overseas. Bag o' Day. Crystal has done a couple of reviews on a few of their different yarns. So if you did want to, you know, see what she thought, you know, go check out her videos on it. She was complimentary for the most part. I think the surprising part is the price. You know, when you as Americans go and have a look at the price, you'll think, oh, that's terrible. But you've got to almost halve it to get an accurate price for yourselves. And also the balls are all 200-gram balls. So you need to take that in consideration if you're looking at the website and checking out all the yarns. They do a wide range of styles. They do cotton, you know, 100% wool, 100% cotton. They do sock yarns. They do a bamboo and a wool mix, I think it is. They do cotton and the new one is a cotton and a lycra blend. So there's a few worth checking out, and some of them are very, very soft. I think the microcons, is it microcons? Whatever, the gauge that says how soft they are is between 18 and 22, I think, for most of the yarns, which is fairly soft. Not the softest, I don't think, but fairly soft. And they're always introducing, you know, new colour range or new type of yarn, so it's always worth having a look to see if something new's come in. I always try and stay away from it, because if I go and have a look, I end up buying yarn, and I think, oh, yeah. But I do love the yarn there. And the phone staff are so helpful too. I think the classic has over, I think, was it 50 colours, 60 colours, something like that. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good range of colours. I'll have to show you some of my cottons one day that I got from them, which I really love. They're what you would call wearable worthy. They're very, very soft. They're not like your peaches and concrete, as some people call it, or your sugars and concrete. But it's nice and soft and wearable worthy. How is all your weaving going in? Are you weaving in your ends with me, or are you just watching to have something to crochet to? Which is fine. I mean, you know, if you've got no ends to weave in, I'm quite happy to chatter away while you do some crochet or whatnot. I don't know if you've seen the new videos I've brought out. I'm calling them the SSB videos. There is a playlist for them. I think there's only 2 or 3 on there. It's a subscribers scrap blanket. And what I do, it's ingenious idea of Teresa from Critters Crochet. I always want to say Crochet Critters. It's from Critters Crochet, and what she's trying to do, she's trying to get to 2,000. So what she thought she'd do is make a 1 row per 5 subscribers, and I thought that's a pretty good ratio. So I'm doing the same, except I'm trying to get to just 1,000 subscribers. So help a girl out. Like and subscribe. It's free, as Mantha from Mantha Makes, aka Sam, would say. Subscribing, hitting the subscribe button is totally free. Oh, I hope I get this finished today. Then I'll have to get some more ends to sew in for next time. I'm sure I'm always going to have ends to sew in. It's very hard actually for me not to sew in ends because I am so usually sort of like, yep, as soon as something's done, whack, do the ends away. Unless it's like a mosaic or the SSB, where there will be loads of ends, but I'll be doing a envelope border. I video these out of order to probably what you see them or what they're released. For example, I'm doing this on Monday before I've even done my Tuesday and Thursday videos, which are well worth looking into, because this Tuesday and Thursday I am starting sort of a make-along for both of them, doing exactly the same. I will be creating a scarf, knitted scarf, and a crocheted scarf, and I intend to use the same stitches, or stitches that will look alike, so that the finished products will be as close as practical or possible to each other. Oh, and there's a train. Speak of the devil. Talked about trains before, now there's a train. I live right near a train station as well. Not that it bothers me. I really love it. It's like, I don't know, it's quite homey. It's, you sort of and cozy, and you sit here, especially when it's raining, and you listen to the planes and the trains, and you sort of think, oh, yes. The only thing I don't enjoy is heavy hooners or traffic. That can get a little bit boring after a while. Don't mind it occasionally. But and usually I'm awake anyway, so it's not like it's going to disturb me from my sleep. But I do know some people get woken by it. But me, I sleep all weird hours of the day and night. So yeah, tell me in the comments below, are you getting your ends woven in, or are you just working on a project? And if so, what are you working on? Please share the link to the pattern so we can all go and have a look and see what it is. I'm a bit of a pattern hoarder, and I've got so many patterns and I want to do them all, but I can't do them all. Oh, I mean, you know, such is life, as Ned Kelly would say. My cats have been leaving me in peace today. Now that I've said that, I probably have one of them come and start pestering me. She's a little cutie. She puts a little paw out and just rests it on my arm. So to say, you know, gotta pat me. And I do, but she hates cuddles. She's a funny old cat. She likes to be patted and stroked and all the rest of it, but she hates being cuddled. As soon as I try and go and pick her up, she jumps off my lap and goes off somewhere, and then comes back almost straight away and wants more petting. I was watching Froggy before. Froggy goes a knitting, and Maureen, on Maureen's channel this time it was, and it was really interesting because Maureen's got, Froggy has got a Ring doorbell, just like I have. And with the Ring doorbell, you can have the settings to set to if there's any motion by your front door, it will chime in a certain way. It's quite a pleasant chime. But my cats have got used to it, and they know that, or well, they think if they hear the chime, it's someone coming to the house. And if anyone comes to the house, they just bolt. They will run and hide. And her husband was out by the front door, and so the chime sort of started going off, and my cats are like, and they're sort of sitting up with their ears pricked, and they're looking around, and they couldn't, you know, you could tell they were sort of thinking, is that us? But they ran and they bolted, and I thought, yay, peace. Peace and quiet for a little while. But it happens every time. They pay far too much attention to the television, my cats. Because I watch my YouTube on the TV usually. And when Mrs. C or Granny D ring their cowbell, the first time, I think it was Mrs. C. She rang her cowbell, and my cats just went absolutely scared. I mean, they were just like, oh my God, what is it? And they ran and hid, and yeah, they, had no idea what it is. Now they hear, Mrs. C's or Granny D's bell, and they're like, nah, yeah, okay. They just look up and they realize that it's sort of, I don't know whether they realize that it's not in the room, but they realize it's not going to hurt them or worry them or harm them or whatever. But I sometimes put that, you know, the YouTube has a cat TV for cats. You know, with squirrels and birds and mice and all that sort of thing. And, oh my, that's hilarious. I put that on for them once when they were kittens, and one of them, I can't remember which one it was, got so excited they jumped up at the TV screen, which was, it's not backed against a wall or anything like that, it's just on a little table that's at the end of my bed, so there's a space behind it. Well, the TV flew, you know, got pushed off the edge of the table onto the ground, upside down, and then sort of flipped and smashed against the wall, and I thought, that's got to be it. That's my TV gone. But thankfully, no, it didn't break, which was a relief. But I stopped putting it on the big screen after that. Now they have to watch it on my iPad, which is not quite as exciting. Have any of you got pets? I used to have a little dog. Have you got any pets that do weird things? It's weird how they watch television. Our first dog was absolutely hilarious watching television. And the news, I think it was the news, she hated the sound, the music for the news. Every time that came on, bark, 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 she hated it. Well, I can't blame her. The news is very boring and usually and very horrible, especially back in the 70s when she was barking at it. It's not too great now, is it either? So, but let's not talk about the news. Well, that was stupid. I didn't thread the needle. That was silly. I need to organise all my completed items. But I need some help doing it. I got my home help lady coming, my carer coming on Thursday, so I might see if she can help me maneuver some things around, just so that they're, you know, everything's in one place, piled up, where the cats can't get them. Oh look, I've got 4 more to do. I'll keep going. I'm not sure, it's probably already been a bit too long, this video, but gotta complete it, and then I can go, yay! And then we can finish, and I can find something else. I placed an order, change the subject, to Wool Warehouse in the UK recently, and it's coming in 2 packages, and I thought, okay. And I was saying to my friend Kaz, who's in the UK, I said, it's coming in 2 packages, you watch. The colour I need to use next in my blanket, which is the reason why I placed an order, will be in the second bag. Because the first there's one bag that is actually coming, and it's cleared customs at Melbourne Airport, and it's like, will be probably leaving there shortly. The other bag hasn't cleared customs yet, and I thought, yep, typical. I'll get one bag before the other, and the bag I get will be the one without the dark purple yarn, which is what I need to continue working on this blanket called Enigma. So we'll wait and see. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I'm not, you know, it's always the way, isn't it? It's what they call, what's it, Sod's Law? I don't know why they call it Sod's Law. My mother always told me the word sod was a naughty word. Probably is, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, how many more we got? Oops. 2 more. Oh my God, gosh, it's so close. It's so close and exciting. Only 2 more to go. Yeah, I hate running out of yarn, especially when the yarn I'm ordering is coming from the UK or somewhere. But usually Wool Warehouse is fairly quick with their deliveries. So I've got, I can't complain too much about that. But yeah, I only needed really, I think I only needed 1 ball of the yarn to complete the blanket. But I thought, oh no, I'm not going to do this again. So, and of course 1 ball of yarn will cost just as much to send as, a dozen balls of yarn. So, I ordered a dozen balls of yarn. But they will get used. They always do. I'm currently working on that subscribers scrap blanket. So a lot will be used with that. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Make me do another row on my blanket. That is it. I have done this. Ends are sewn away. Yay! Look at this interesting stitch. This, oops, no, you can't see this. This is called a twisted stitch. And it's quite interesting. You can actually get your finger in underneath. I've never done that before as a twisted stitch. It's I love this blanket. It's very nice. And the yarn is very soft. Yarn Smith is a good yarn. It's not quite as soft, I don't think, as the Stylecraft Special DK from Wool Warehouse, but at the moment, or it has the last few times I've ordered some, it's been just a little bit cheaper, maybe 50 cents cheaper than the other one, or 50 pence cheaper than the other one. So yeah, well worth getting and trying if you've never tried it before. Okay, everybody, that's it. I've finished this blanket. I'll have to find another project for next week. Until then, keep sewing in those ends, and I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye for now.